Shabbat Shalom. Here we go. Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom.
Well, good evening, Shabbat Shalom, and welcome to our services. And a very special treat. It's always a treat to have the cantor singing beautifully as she does with Colleen tonight. So thank you. I'm so glad you're here with us.
So happy.
And if you liked it, come during the summer, because we have an amazing program planned all summer that the cantor's putting together with incredible music and programs. Annette, would you please come up and light candles for us? May the Shabbat candles that we now light inspire us to see justly and gently and look honestly and with kindness and see what's holy in each other.
It's on this. There you go. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech ha'olam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shall Shabbat.
Thank you. Page 4 at the bottom of the page. Hinei ma tov, how good and pleasant it is to be together.
And it is so wonderful that we are all here together on this Shabbat. So please take just a moment to say Shabbat Shalom or to introduce yourself to someone sitting nearby. Hine ma tovu manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tovu manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov shevet achim gam yachad. Hinei ma tov shevet achim gam yachad. Hinei ma tov u'manayim 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 shevet achim gam yachad. Hinei ma tov, ya la la ya la 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 la. Hinei ma tov, ya la la ya la 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 la. Hinei ma tov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hinei ma tov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad.
It's funny that before services we were talking to many of you that are regular or guests, and we said when the cantor and I came here 10 years ago, there were no Friday night services. It was on the occasion they might show up for one. And we just said we're going to do it every week and see who comes. You're here, and we have 100 people watching from East Coast to West Coast. We're glad to have all of you with us. As we continue the bottom of page 8 with our family prayer. May we never take for granted the gift of Shabbat as we sit nestled in the Rocky Mountains, sharing this humble moment with family and friends. May the satisfaction of celebrating Shabbat hearten our spirits, and let Shabbat peace bring quiet to our souls. We'll allow this time set aside for song and prayer to bring us closer together in thoughts and deeds. Let this space we share become our place of devotion, glowing with reverence and filled with arch. May the end of this week encourage us to examine our actions, and let's look ahead toward the new week. Be worthy of all of God's blessings. The top of page 8 as we welcome the angels of peace. Shalom Aleichem.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Barachem L'Shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Barchuni L'Shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Sitchem L'Shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
And so many of you have been enjoying the mountains. Not different really than when the pilgrims arrived in Jerusalem. They looked up and saw their mountain. They said, "From where does my help come?" Top of page 12, Esa Einai.
Come on, sing.
Sinai el Heharim, Me'ayin Yavo Ezri. Sinai el Heharim, Me'ayin Yavo Ezri. Ezri me'im Adonai, Oseh Shamayim Ba'aretz. Ezri me'im Adonai, Oseh Shamayim Ba'aretz.
Come on.
Oseh Shamayim Ba'aretz. Ezri me'im Adonai.
Come on.
Oseh Shamayim Ba'aretz.
And this is a very calm night, because usually Colleen is up here and she's jumping off the stairs. So we're very gentle tonight, and I don't want you landing on your violin.
Yeah.
Well,
Going easy on you guys.
Okay, page 14. Yismechu, let the heavens rejoice and the earth exult. The middle of page 14.
Yamamai, mai, mamai, yamamai, mai, mamai, yamamai, mai, mamai, mai, mamai, mai, mamai, yamamai, mai, mamai, yamamai, mai, mamai, yamamai, mai, mamai, mai, 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 yamamai, mai, mamai, yamamai, mai, mamai, ישמחו השמיים ותגל הארץ ירם הים ומלוא ישמחו השמיים ותגל הארץ ירם הים ומלוא ישמחו השמיים ותגל הארץ ירם הים ומלוא ישמחו השמיים ותגל הארץ ירם הים ומלוא
I love it when someone is just visiting Vail and they walk off the streets and they say, I wonder if they have any services here on Friday night. Then you get to come see us. It's wonderful. Thank you. Well, as we turn to page 16, go back 16th century to the town of Tzfat, center of Jewish mysticism, where Shlomo Alkabetz wrote the beautiful poem Lecha Dodi, as we welcome the Sabbath bride.
Lecha Dodi likrat kala yalala 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 B'nei Shabbat nekabela Lecha Dodi likrat kala yalala 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 B'nei Shabbat nekabela Shamor v'zachor v'ribor echad Hishmianu Yuchad Adonai Echad U'Shmo Echad L'Shemo Tiferet V'Litchila Lecha Dodi likrat kala yalala 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 B'nei Shabbat nekabela Lecha Dodi likrat kala yalala 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 B'nei Shabbat nekabela Likrat Shabbat lechu v'nilcha Ki hi mekor ha'beracha Mirosh mikedem esucha Sof ma'aseh b'masher atchila Lecha Dodi likrat kala yalala 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 B'nei Shabbat nekabela Lecha Dodi likrat kala yalala 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 B'nei Shabbat nekabela Mikdash melech yirmecha Kum itzim mitoch ha'hapecha Rav lach shevet be'emek ha'lecha V'chu yachbo alai chemla Lecha Dodi likrat kala yalala 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 B'nai Shabbat nekavela. Lechadoti likrat kalai, alalai, alalai, alalai. B'nai Shabbat nekavela.
At the bottom of page 18, we rise, face the rear of the sanctuary as we greet the Sabbath bride.
Boi v'shalom ateret bala gam besimcha uvetzala toch emunei am segula boi chala boi chala lechadoti likrat kalai alalai 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 b'nai Shabbat nekavela lechadoti likrat kalai alalai 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 b'nai Shabbat nekavela lechadoti likrat kalai alalai 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 b'nai Shabbat nekavela lechadoti likrat kalai alalai 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 b'nai Shabbat nekavela.
You may be seated. As we go back to 1921 to the Boston Globe for that wonderful reading from Dr. Crane Says, our own dear Abby, where he wrote Just for Today. And Paul, I think you could do this one for us. We welcome you back. You've been in LA for too much time, if you'd lead us. But do it just for today. Just not tomorrow. Just tomorrow. Right, just today.
Forgetting yesterday and tomorrow, and not trying to solve the whole problem of life at once.
Just for today, I will be unafraid of life and death, unafraid to enjoy the beautiful and be happy. People are as happy as they make up their minds to be.
Just for today, I will adjust myself to what is, and not try to adjust everything to suit me. If I cannot have what I like, I will try to like what I have.
Just for today, I'll be agreeable, cheerful, charitable, do my best, praise people for what they can do, not criticize them for what they cannot do. And if I find fault, I'll forgive it, forget it. I'll try not to improve nor regulate anybody except myself.
Just for today, I will have a plan. I may not follow it exactly, but I will have one. It will save me from worry, hurry, and indecision.
Just for today, I'll get people off my nerves and not get on theirs. I'll appreciate them for what they do and what they are.
Just for today, I will not show it if my feelings are hurt.
Just for today, I'll find a little time for quiet to relax, realize what life is and can be. Time to think about God and get a better perspective of myself.
Just for today, I will look at life with fresh eyes and discover the wonder of it. I will know that as I give to the world, so the world gives to me.
And that reading is like every phone call we have together. It is. I know. Let's turn to page 24 in our prayer books and rise, join together in our call to worship, Baruch Hu.
Ya la 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 la, 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 ya la 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 la. Am I awake? Am I prepared? Are you listening to my prayer? Can you hear my voice? Can you understand? Am I awake? prepared. Yalla la la la, 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 yalla la la la. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Le'olam Va'ed. Le'olam Va'ed. Yalla la la la, 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 yalla la la la.
May be seated. You notice in our prayer book, which we put together just for you, at the bottom of page 26, it's printed upside down. Enough people come up to me and say, by the way, do you see there's a mistake in your prayer book? So it's not a mistake. When we would study Talmud, just as they did in those days, there'd be one Talmud on the table, and everyone was around it. And some people only learned how to read it upside down as they were studying. So I thought, what's more appropriate than to put it in our prayer book to show you what it's like to read one of these upside down? Well, on the top of page 26, the cantor and Colleen will continue. Ma'ariv Aravim.
Baruch atah Adonai.
Blessed is the one,
Eloheinu melech haolam.
Spirit of the world,
Asher bidvaro.
the one
Bidvaro ma'ariv aravim.
who brings the evening into being.
Baruch atah Adonai.
Blessed is the one,
Eloheinu melech haolam.
Spirit of the world,
Asher bidvaro.
the one
Bidvaro ma'ariv
who
aravim.
brings the evening into being.
ומסדר את הכוכבים, את הכוכבים. ומסדר את הכוכבים, את הכוכבים. ומעביר יום, ומביא לילה, ומבדיל בין יום ובין לילה. ומעביר יום, ומביא לילה, ומבדיל בין יום ובין לילה. ברוך אתה אדוני,
Blessed is the one
המעריב ערבי,
who brings the evening into being.
As we continue with the oldest fixed prayer within Judaism, page 30, we'll join in the Shema.
Girls, you want to come up and do Shema for us?
Are they shy?
My children?
Lila.
Are they? Maybe they are. I don't know. It would be a first.
Okay.
Do you want to do Shema? Okay. All right. We'll do Shema. Shema
Shema
Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod, Malchuto Leolam Va'ed. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha bechol levavcha, bechol nafshecha, ubechol meodecha, vehayu hadvarim ha'ele, asher anochi mitzavecha, hayom al levavecha, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך וקשרתם לאות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובישעריך למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
On this Shabbat evening, we seek peace and comfort. Shield us from hatred and destruction that plague so many corners of our world, and console those in need. Shomer Yisrael, guardian of Israel, we call out to you once again with prayer for the return of the men, women, and children cruelly and heartlessly torn from their homes by Hamas and held captive in Gaza for over 500 days, along with the members of the IDF. May it be your will speedily and soon to bring all of them out from darkness and the shadow of death, and give continued strength to the IDF to deliver them from danger back to the loving embrace of their dear ones. So may the verses of Isaiah ring true that those delivered by God, they will be returned and they will enter Zion with everlasting joy. The top of page 34, Hashkivena.
Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leShalom Ve'hamidenu Malkeinu leChaim Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leShalom Ve'hamidenu Malkeinu leChaim Ushmor Tzeitzeinu B'chaim u'shalom Me'ata ve'ad olam Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leShalom Ve'hamidenu Malkeinu leChaim Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leShalom Ve'hamidenu Malkeinu leChaim.
And as we read in the book of Exodus, in 6 days the Lord created the heavens and the earth. The seventh day he ceased from his work and rested. Page 36, Vishamru.
Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat La'asot et HaShabbat L'dorotam Berit olam Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat La'asot et HaShabbat L'dorotam Berit olam Beini Uvein B'nei Yisrael Oti le'olam
Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat So et HaShabbat L'dorotam Berit olam
Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat
לעשות את השבת לדורותם, ברית עולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם, ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם, ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת ויהי נפש, שבת ויהי נפש. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם, ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם, ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם, ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם, ברית עולם.
Well, there are those in our community who are in need of healing, of body, mind, or spirit. If you have a person in your life in need of healing, please feel free in just a moment to share their name aloud as we move about the sanctuary. Page 38 at the top of the page, Misha Berach. Sheberach Avoteinu Mekor habracha Leimoteinu. May the source of strength, who blessed the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. We offer blessings for Gail Balin, Sue Beiser, Sonny Brodsky, Phil Brodsky, Robert D'Agostino, Chris Eldridge, Larry Ellens, Carol Ann Finn, and Barbara Goldberg, Deborah Goldman, Mark Grablowski, Lori Hellman, and Mike Herman, Ronnie Hess, Oliver Higbee, Jody Israel, and Re'ea Ivri, Harriet Jaffe, Mary Sue Katz, and Herman Keek, Phil Krasnow, Judith Landau, Jason Morris, Stephen Reese, Bruce Rogers, and Bill Silvers, B. Sklarowitz, Kelly Sosland, Dina Stempler, Mark Strauss, Merle Steyer, Alan Tannenbaum, Richard Taxman, Donna Weinstock, and Jerry Weinstock. And if there's anyone else. Thank you. Thank you.
Misheberach Imotenu Mekor habracha Le'avoteinu. Bema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirits, and let us say, Amen.
As we turn to page 40 and rise, we'll continue with the Reader's Kaddish.
Yitkada ve'yitkada shemei Rabba.
Amen.
Be'alma divrak yirteh ve'amlich malchuteh.
V'chayechon v'yomechon u'chayedecha Beit Yisrael Ba'gala ba'gala u'vizman kari.
Ve'yimeru.
Amen. Yesh me'rabba mevarach me'alam lameho maya yitbarach.
Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpar v'yitroma v'yinaseh v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei dekudsha
Brechu.
le'elam min kol berchata v'shirata.
Tushbechata v'nechmata damihiran b'alma.
Ve'yimeru.
Amen. Be not afraid of silence. It's more powerful than the unpolished word. It allows God's voice to be heard and tears and doubt to tumble out. The top of page 42, we continue Adonai Sfatai and silently through page 57.
Repeat after me. Adonai,
Adonai.
Sifatai tiftach,
Sifatai tiftach.
Ufi yagi,
Ufi yagi.
Tehilatecha,
Tehilatecha.
Adonai,
Adonai.
Sifatai tiftach,
Sifatai tiftach.
Ufi yagi,
Ufi yagi.
Tehilatecha,
Tehilatecha.
Adonai,
Adonai.
Sifatai tiftach,
Sifatai tiftach.
Ufi yagid,
Ufi yagid.
Tehilatecha,
Tehilatecha.
May be seated when you've completed the Amida.
join us on page 54 as we join in our prayer for peace. Shalom Rav. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Ki atahu melech adon lechol hashalom. Ki atahu melech adon lechol hashalom. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. V'tov be'einecha levarech et amcha Yisrael bechol עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam.
Beautiful. To think 14 years ago when I was on my own up here, singing alone, and we're surprised anybody came back. But then all of a sudden, Cantor Michelle shows up, and she said, I sing a little. Would you want me to do a Don Olam, I think it was, or something?
Lechado Di.
Lechado-
Craig Taubman's Lechado Di, I remember.
And then I said, well, you're hired. And that's 13 years later. That was beautiful. Thank you. Well, the reason that I chose to attend and then be ordained by the Leo Beck College in London back in 1982 was because the rabbinical school, which was originally located in Berlin and known as the Hochschule, it moved to London to ordain rabbis who would take the pulpits of those rabbis who were lost in the Holocaust. I remember when Elie Wiesel spoke to us as young students, and of course, we knew everything, so there wasn't much he could tell us. But he still said, to be a Jew is to be offered a gift. So my challenge for the last half century was how to keep Judaism alive, interesting, and compelling, just like we saw tonight. So when the cantor leads us in prayer or we recite a reading, it's supposed to be intellectually stimulating or even thoughtful. And I've always believed, and was taught by some of Europe's greatest thinkers, that if we do not, as a rabbi, leave those who are attending services maybe feeling a little better than when they arrived, then we haven't done our job for our people. So we've witnessed since October 7th that hatred toward Jews, well, it hasn't gone away. And it seems like it's taken on a whole new life and is more prevalent and stronger than ever. But we know from thousands of years of anti-Semitism that the embers of hatred of Jews, well, it may simmer, but the answer to those who want us dead, the answer for those who want us to disappear, our answer must be to deny them the satisfaction of ever achieving that goal. We know now more than ever not to surrender to intimidation. We must resist that temptation to hide the fact of saying, I am a Jew. And we must live our chosen Jewish life as we see fit. Well, Jews connect to Judaism on so many different levels and through different entry points that we've witnessed here and I've seen throughout the years, that some of us are inspired by a desire perhaps to combat anti-Semitism, or others are more interested in keeping the Holocaust alive in our thoughts, or Israel. Some of us find our Judaism, well, we find it through food or even Jewish humor. But all of us, I think all of us can take pride in the Jewish accomplishments and the appreciation of Jewish history, or even the beauty of Jewish ethics. As we are called to work on Tikkun Olam, we're called to make this a better world for all of us. Now, I believe here in Vail, we have a sense of responsibility to those who came before us 50 years ago, and those who will come after us, to keep Judaism alive in this little village. Elie Wiesel put it this way. He said, the mission of a Jew was never to make the world more Jewish. The mission of a Jew was only to make the world more human. Well, that's one way to understand what it means to be a Jew. Judaism is that internal, eternal conversation across the ages between us, and it's between those who came before us. And Israel is such an important part of what it means to be a Jew. So how do we ensure the survival of Israel, as we've done in so many different ways through this congregation? What can we, living in the diaspora, do to strengthen Israel? And I say we do it by strengthening our Judaism. So Golda Meir was asked the same question back in 1973 in the midst of the Yom Kippur War. She was asked, when Jews around the world, what can Jews around the world do to support Israel? She just gave a two-word answer. She said, stay Jewish. So just as we'll be reading in the Passover Haggadah in a few short weeks, we recall how we started from humble beginnings as slaves in Egypt. But many of us can trace our origins, our immigrant grandparents and great-grandparents who came through Ellis Island or even Galveston with little more than a hope and a dream. Well, they came seeking refuge from persecution, hoping to find a place where their offspring, they'd be able to grow up free. They called it machaleben, which is to make a living. And they wanted the contribution to what they called the Golden Medina, to show gratitude for the opportunity which was afforded them. So it's truly miraculous to see what was built from those humble beginnings of our ancestors before us. To be a Jew is to be offered a gift. So let's always appreciate the many years it took to wrap that gift. Amen. We had a really interesting book Chavurah last night, and many more to come. If you haven't seen these flyers that are put in the back, please take one. The next one is actually going to be live. We did them by Zoom because people were so many different places. But what we've done, and it was an interesting idea, was when we do the book Chavurah, and let's say the next one is going to be about Yemen, that I thought, well, why don't we first learn how to cook Yemenite food, then we'll have a Yemenite lunch, and then we'll talk about the Yemenite book. And that evolved into reading a book about Hotel Cuba, the Jews in Cuba. So we said, okay, we'll do Cuban food. And then Stephen Wellens, whose family is from Cuba, he's very excited. He's calling his mother and getting the spices already. And then we have, we're calling it B'tei Avon, which is a cooking class, and then we talk about a book. But take this with you if you haven't seen one before. It's an amazing calendar. And for music this summer, the cantor has the Cantor and Friends, and we have one wherever
One of the friends is in the room.
Oh, yeah. She's here. And it's an incredible time in the middle of the week where we go up and you introduce a lot of.
Yes, we have a bunch of contemporary Jewish musicians coming out to do a concert for us on July 15th. It will be really incredible. If you were able to come to the album release concert, it'll be a similar format. Everyone asked me to write another album so we could do another concert. I'm not writing another album before this summer, but we will do a concert with a bunch of amazing people. We also have a couple events coming up in the next few weeks. We have Yom HaAtzmaut happening at the chapel at Vail Health at our Jerusalem wall. So please come celebrate Yom HaAtzmaut with us. We're going to be doing, we're making some like evil eye bracelets, and we're also going to be saying some prayers and singing some songs and doing some Israel activities there. And we also have a Kosher for Passover baking class coming up in a couple of weeks in Edwards a few days before Passover. And so we have a local chef coming in to teach us how to make a flourless chocolate cake. And we hope you'll join us for that. You can RSVP via the newsletter.
And the Friday before the Passover Seder's on a Saturday night. We have a charoset bar.
We do.
So we'll put all the stuff out. We'll have little plastic bowls for you. And you can, if you're Sardic, you can throw in some dates and some apricots and maybe pistachios. But we'll put everything out. You can make your charoset, which is for the Seder the next night. And one service, which is, there's so many, but we're so blessed to have Colleen with us for a lot of the summer, working with the cantor on not just the high holy days. It'll be the first time you two will be together at the Valar for the holidays. But if you haven't been to that service up in Leadville, it's a true experience. We call it a Pioneer Shabbat, and we go up and we use the old temple in Leadville. And it doesn't hold a lot of people, but it's incredible when you come inside and you have that whole feeling of what it was like back in the 1800s. And when you take a deep breath, it smells like your grandmother's house.
And it's a museum now, so it's really special that we get to go and actually have Shabbat services there. There are some people do go in and do services there, but not very many people and not very frequently. So it's really special that we get to.
Once a year we get to do that. It's wonderful. So pick up that little calendar, and if you're not on the mailing list, please let us know. Also, a welcome to those East Coast to West Coast. Who was I supposed to say hello to?
There's so many people.
Well, we say hello to all of you, East Coast to West Coast, and we're glad you have with us, and Janet's with her mother over in San Diego, so we say hello to them whenever they get to watch our service. And it's wonderful having all of you watching and all of you with us tonight. We're going to return to our prayer books now. As we rise, page 60, and join together, Aleinu.
Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. והשב אותה אל לבביך כי אדוני הוא האלוהים בשמיים ממעל ועל הארץ מתחת אין עוד ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו
At this moment, in memory of our loved ones who are no longer with us, we join hands in love and remembrance. The link has been broken and the chain that bound us together, yet strong bonds of home and love hold us one to another. In solemn testimony to that unbroken faith which links the generations one to another, we call to mind those whose yahrzeit we observe this month. Anna Bloom, Madeline Brand, Selma Bronstein, and Sidney Burns, Carl Cohen, Sarah Jane Drescher, Jeffrey Dreyfus, and Leonore Duncan, Elaine Dworkin, Rhea Iyer, Sylvia Feldman, Arthur Foreman, Richard Fox, and Max Friedman, Robert S. Fremont, Jack Feudernick, Thelma Gerson, Herbert Given, Norman Goldberg, Edith Goldsmith, Tamara Goldstein, and Howard Goldstein, Rosalind Goldman, Ada Gordon, Henry Gurrentz, Ida Haas, Phyllis Hayden, Isaac William Himmelfarb, and Saul Horowitz, Pauline Israel, Janice Kaplan, Gabriel Klein, Harold Kraus, Sidney Joseph Kern, and Israel Laboritz, Maxine Landau, Hinda Lapkoff, Marion Levy, Earl Levitt, Edward Leaf, Enrique Santos Mazal, Bernard Myers, Evelyn Ruth Miller, and Rose Moore, Nathan Myers, Marshall Palico, Paul Pascal, Marjorie Green Patterson, and Murray Plotnick, Herbert Poncher, Mel Presser, Ethel Price Shapiro, Miriam Raymer, Bernice Resnick, Lillian Rosenberg, and Edward Rosenthal, Carol Ross, Lisi Rothman, Ernie Schneider, Henrietta Schneider, Benedicta Schragen, and Jay Schwab, Selwyn Schwartz, Jeanette Shapiro, Marvin Sheldon, Isaac Jack Silver, and Scott Simons, Leon Singer, Alan Solomon, Arthur Wagner, Dorothy Wellens, David Vertheim, Dana Whitman, and Shirley Seslowski. And if anyone else is observing yahrzeit this month. Thank you. The Mourner's Kaddish can be found in our prayer books on page 64, and those who wish may join with us as we say, Yitzgadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah, b'alma divrach hirutei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayei v'yomei v'chayei dechol Beit Yisrael, v'galav izman kariv imramein. Yehei shmei rabbah mevarach le'olam u'me'omaya, Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitalev v'yitalal shemei dekudesha brichu. Le'elam min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, da'amiran b'alma v'imramein. Yehei shlomo rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael v'imramein. Oseh shalom b'imromav, hu yaseh shalom. Aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imramein. May be seated. And it was Stephen Reese who I'm supposed to say hello to. He's already left and gone home. But again, welcome to all of you. We're glad to have you with us, and what a treat. We're so privileged to have both of you playing for us. Thank you. It's beautiful. And for Adon Olam, page 66, it's going to be...
We're going to sing Adon Olam to the tune of What a Wonderful World. So please sing along. I know you know this tune. Adon Olam, Hashem Alav, B'terem Kol, Yitzir Nira, Le'ena B'chefso Kol, Azai Melech Shemo Nikra. Kol levado yimlov nora vehu haya vehu hover vehu yeh betifara. Believe
Adon, Afkid Ruchi, Ve'eti Shan, Ve'ayira, Ve'im Ruchi Geviati, Adonai li velo ira.
Yes. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
Oh, yeah. Okay. We'll rise for a closing blessing. Baruch atah Adonai, Heinu melech haolam, borei pari hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz b'tei avo. Shabbat shalom.
Bim bam, bim 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 bam, bim 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 bim, chiri biri biri bim bim bam, bim 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 bam bim bam, bim bam bim bam bim 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 bam 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 bam. Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat 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 shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat